Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Cool. Oh, people still playing MK. Alright, people. Let's do this. There is no time to spare. Well, not really. Kind of. Okay. The title is correct. Alright then. So, I was going to play NG tonight. But then I thought, nah. I can give this a whirl. Okay, so, off the top of my head, what I'm going to be doing is, the first save is going to be 3-1, you know, provided I can get it, you know, no damage up to that point. The next save, I really don't know yet. I really can't quite decide on, like, where would be best to have the next save. I'm hoping it just kind of comes to me, like, as I'm playing. You know, we'll see for now. But so far, the end of 3-1 is definitely what I want to do. Although, maybe it's the start of 3-1. I don't know. We'll see. No, you know what? We'll do it at the, we'll do it at the start of 3-1. 3-1 can be kind of tricky, and having 3-1 first, like, isn't too bad. Look at these guys. Being eager beavers. Yeah, sit down. Alright. Finish looting this. Hopefully we get ammo. No, that sucks. Having played a decent chunk of this over the last couple of days, I have half a mind to keep the Punisher. What the hell? Alright, we're still alive. What the fuck was that? Monitor just turned off, like... Don't walk into the bear trap. That was very weird. Bizarre. Okay. Keep the case nice and organised. Now at the start, in two minds how to do the village, honestly. The safest strat is to use the door trick, but then you don't get a Salvador kill. Through, you know, the practice over the last couple of days, you really do not need the money from the Salvadors. But I do want to kill at least one. That said, killing the Salvadors is what puts you in, like, you know, the biggest risk of getting hit. But on the same side, on the opposite side rather of that coin, this is the first chapter, so it's not really like if you get hit here and have to restart, it's not really that big a deal. Whoops, go away. I know how to play the game, thank you. Right, so you go up here and you'd grenade. Now, funnily enough, on the stream from I think it was Sunday, maybe. I haven't really practiced the grenade strat on the troll and got it first go. I think on this run, just for the sake of safety and hopefully to get, like, part 1 down tonight, I'm just going to buy a rocket launcher. We'll see, though. Okay. Not been getting very lucky on the ammo. I think I only had one dynamic ammo drop. Cool. do the door trick. My heart wants to go for the double Salvador kill. That was close. You almost opened that door. But my head knows better. Although I swear you get way less money doing this. But again, you don't really need money. Thank you. You know, seeing as it's only the first fight, I'm not going to bother restarting now, but I kind of want the double Salvador. I'm thinking the extra Salvador pays for the bolt action. I'm going to buy the bolt action, even though you don't really need it. But I feel like with how common like rifle ammo drops are when you have a rifle, and with how much rifle ammo I got to the castle with, I think it's actually worth going, like just buying the rifle, because it's only like 9,000, I think, or 8,000. But the rifle's like really, really cheap. So, okay, so how are we looking after that? Cool. Best part about that is that it does save you an incendiary and it saves you a hand grenade. Like, not killing both Salvadors does save you like some good shit. What's up, Demon? Honestly, Demon, it really depends. Like, if I can find one that is, like, you know, good, that I know is going to work, and is going to be, like, you know, not too expensive, I would really like to get one. There are so many games from the PS2 era, and it would also allow me to capture my Mega Drive, which is huge for me. There's a lot of Mega Drive games I want to play. And go through again, and get videos for them. But it really is just price. It depends on how much it is. Because I'll be moving in a week. I move next Friday. And I've got half a mind to get the 60 FPS Elgato. I must admit, like, I feel like the price is just starting to get there on those. Like, I've seen them as low as 120. And I now have, through upgrading my PC, I got the most up-to-date version of my video editor, and that now does 60 FPS, so I didn't have to buy, you know, a new video editing suite. So the only thing left now is, I did get this, didn't I? Yeah. The only thing left now is to get the hardware, and I'm thinking if I get the HD 60, I'm set, like, you know, for the foreseeable future. I'm not gonna get a 4K one anytime soon. We'll organise our case at the end of this chapter. No point doing it yet. Get that. Oh, I forgot the jewel on the rooftop. Get that. But the upscaler, that would open up a pretty hefty amount of games that I could go through again, and, like, you know, get really, really high quality videos of. So, I don't know. It depends. It really, if I could find one for like under, if I could find one for like under 70 quid, that would be really good. Because I'm thinking the Elgato 60 version is like 120. So. And some of the upscalers I've seen are about as expensive as that. Longevity-wise, you know, the Elgato is the safer option. Did I get the jewel on here? Oh, I must have. Yeah, I must have picked it up. Yeah, the OSSC one is the one I keep hearing about, but they're like £200. They are real. Like, I'm not spending that much. Like, not right now, anyway. Yeah, I'm not putting down, like, 200 quid on that. And also, like, the fact that it would open up a lot of games, But that said, I still have a lot of stuff to go through in my, like, kind of current gen, you know, my Elgato, my normal Elgato one. Where's your friend? There he is. So I'm not in, like, a massive hurry to get one either. So, you know, like everything, you know, the longer I wait, the cheaper they'll get. So, speaking of capture gear, it's very, very rare for me to retweet anything. I only ever really use Twitter for, you know, for Twitch. But I kind of had to earlier. I think it was Mustard retweeted something. I like the original Hopog's HD PVR, which was like all the rage in like the early 2010s. And the caption on it was, only real OGs know what one of these is. And I thought, man, like, yeah, this made me feel pretty ancient, that did. I thought, like, if like the first if having like the first HD recording hardware, like, you know, is old school, like, Jesus, man, like, what does the original, like, NG days make you? Like, pre-YouTube, using DVD recorders and having to deal with discs and DVD rippers, like, the amount, like, there was so many points of failure on, like, on that setup, like, it's not even funny. It's annoying, you know, it's an idea for a series that I've had for a while. The only downside is it means actually redoing a Karma run, which I don't want to do. But my Master Ninja Karma run for NGB, I'm not saying it'd be easy to beat that score, but I at least have a video blueprint of how to do it. And I have scores, you know, to go by, so I literally just have to go for those scores, and I'm fine. It would be to redo that series on video. Because, you know, that was the last thing I recorded, I think, on my DVD recorder. And it would be nice to just, you know, give that a bit of a facelift. Because those videos actually aren't out there. Unless you were one of the people who downloaded them way back when. That's the only way you'd have those videos. And they have music in them as well. You know, back when you could put music in your videos and you didn't get sued. You know, they had music on them, so, you know, they're just not going to work nowadays. Although I think now you just get notified. I don't think they actually take your video down. I know you can't monetize on a video that has, you know, music in it. Right, so we've got a few things to sell there. You know, it's funny, the very first game videos I made, before you could even post them, I used a VCR as well. But it's just funny, like, that tweet just, man, I thought, God, Jesus. Like, by the time that thing came out, I'd been doing videos for, like, 7 years. And it's weird, like, it's one of those things, I think, that, like, maybe people would develop, like, a bit of a chip on their shoulder about. I'm completely the opposite way. I fucking love how easy it is to make videos these days. You know, like doing video production and that being easy is awesome. Like, it's so good. The fact that it used to be such a giant pain in the arse, I don't miss those days. I don't miss the days of ripping DVDs and having, like, half the fucking videos corrupt. But by then you've overwrote your save, so you can't go back and do it again. I don't miss not getting pictures. Like, I don't miss having the sound desynced. I don't miss randomly having stuff in, like, 12 frames a second for whatever reason. On that Karma run I just mentioned, I think Chapter 5, like, only recorded at, like, 12 frames a second for some reason, and I have no idea why. It's really strange. Ooh, okay. Not very often I miss that. You fucking bitch. There we go. I was a bit worried that was going to hit me. Killed the shit out of that spider. Is he? Can I actually get him through the door? That will explode, right? Come on. I mean, in the interest of safety, like, that is safer. Don't do that. And that's killed the other guy, so. Yeah. Ooh, we dropped shotgun shot. What's your height? Oh, 25.44 million is my current Master Ninja score. That was my last ever karma on NGB. Well, what more? I say last ever. It was my last ever, like, full-blown run where the goal was to set the new record. So, which it did. And yeah, that was it. Like, I'll never do another one. Not on NGB. No way. The only karma run I could ever see myself redoing. What's up, Chesden? Yeah, the only karma run I could ever see myself redoing is HP1. Just because HP1's more fun. Like, HP1 is still a really fun karma run to do. And HP1 is still somewhat, like, you know, uncharted territory. Right, so one chapter down. Okay, so I'm going to buy a rifle here just to get that lovely dynamic ammo, which is what we want. And I think when we get to 3-1, that'll be the first save. I honestly don't know where to do the next saves. Like, I really have no idea.
Gotta select.
Oh, I have not forgot about those, my friend. Okay, let's sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Thank you. What are you buying?
We'll get those two to start with. We'll leave it at that for now, I think. Possibly 4-1. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, you know. Yeah, you know what, Jesden? Pencil those in, my friend. Oh, no, I need the rifle. What am I doing? Oi. Okay, so let's track it. Let's see how many dynamic rifle ammo drops I get.
What are you buying?
With having a rifle in my inventory. Because on my last, like, practice run, I got fucking shitloads. I got to the castle with, like, 70 rifle bullets or something crazy. And I think it's worth, like, spending the money, you know, to maybe get that amount of ammo. It's funny, D-Mail, I don't think a lot of people paid any attention to karma until they found my channel. Yeah, like, people weren't really that bothered about it. Right. That can go there, we can pop that down here. Yeah, the karma window, I was always, I mean, even before I started playing for score, I always had the karma window open, you know, like always. I always had it open. I still think, you know, the amount of information having the karma window open gives you is well worth, you know, having it up. Oh, okay, we got a bad spawn. You can stay the fuck over there. Ooh, that was close. I'm glad this room is like early, because this room can be a bit of a bitch. Throw your bomb. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What's up, ray gun? Is that Rick? Sorry. I'll read your name properly in a minute. No, I don't think so. Is that the wrong one? Ray gun with a 3. Thank you. Fuck off. I wasn't able to pick that up on my other run, so. See you, lads. This is one fight that can... Whoa! One fight that can fuck right off. See ya. Imagine this run with no melee. Oh, God. I wouldn't want to. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think that's why it's worth it. It's like a carryover from a really cheesy Dead Space strategy. Is in Dead Space, buy the contact beam as soon as you can, even if you never use it, because having the contact beam gets you a ridiculous amount of contact beam ammo, and that sells for 1,000 a bullet. So, now, I don't actually really intend on using the rifle for anything, so I think I'll just clear out these guys with it. Don't even think of throwing that at me, you motherfucker. Yeah, that's nice. That's got some good range on it. You know what's got more range? My gun. Don't bring a pitchfork to a gunfight. Pro tips. Alright. That would be a really shitty way to, like, dog this run, wouldn't it? Like, to walk into a bear trap. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, that is that is like a pretty common strategy on Dead Space, and it's something that I just kind of happened to notice the first time I was playing it, and then when I played Dead Space 2 for the first time, oh, I heard that, you motherfucker. No, sit down. God, that was close. You piece of shit. I was gonna let you live. Just so we're all clear on that. I was going to let him live. I was not gonna kill that guy. Yeah, it's funny, like, that's a pretty rare spawn, him coming in the room, so... as soon as we start getting, like, parasites, and that, like, the knife is pretty much going to go away for the rest of the game. Like, for example, normally I'd knife this guy, but, like, the sickle guy coming in the room that early is quite rare, but... Right, we got that. Cool. We have a broom. But yeah, the amount of money you get on a Dead Space run through contact beam ammo, it kind of breaks the game, honestly. You get to a shop pretty much always with like 1 or 2 full stacks of contact beam ammo. That's 12 grand. Like every time you go to a shop, so you pretty much get like a power node every time you go to a shop. Does anyone know if crows can set off the tripwires? Because that's the kind of thing that would happen on this run. Stealing your money. Stealing your bullets. Leon is the real villain of RE4. Confirmed. Leon is the real villain. Yeah, I see what you mean. I have Dead Space installed on my Xbox One now, so we're going to be playing some Dead Space. Oh yeah. Give me that. Alright, so we'll, what's the item space looking like? Oh, we're filling up quick. Yeah, we can do that. I would like to get that yellow herb early, but you don't really need it. It's a nice chainsaw. Fuck you. One of these TMP ammo. Sit down. Yeah, I thought so. That was lucky. See ya. In a bit, lads. We're gonna go the long way around. And we're gonna play it safe. I didn't grab that TMP ammo last time either. You're still hard at work. Give you credit for that. So are you. Cool. I think Dead Space 2 is. I stand by that. Dead Space 2, I feel like, is the Resident Evil 5 that people were expecting. You know? Dead Space 2 is just a perfect game, in my book. Like, it's a perfect game. It really is. The only downside to Dead Space 2 is that there's not enough of it. If they remaster Dead Space 2 and they give us a horde mode with 4 players, just, oh my god. I got turned on just thinking about that. Now this bit can be a bit of a bitch.
What are you buying?
This bit was close last time. Okay, so I've got my TMP.
What are you selling?
Although, you know what? For now, I don't really need it. And I need the item. I need the space in my case more than I need the TMP. Hang on, I just thought. Speaking of which, we'll sell this guy some shit.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
We'll sell you that.
Thank you. Is that all?
That. That.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep.
Come back anytime.
Hey, what's up, Frankie Faye? Frankly Faye. Oh, Frankly Faye. I see. So, yeah, so we'll keep the pistol for now. We'll get the TMP when we come back here. We've got plenty of ammo. Cool. Thinking about it. I really want the Punisher. I really want the Punisher just to sell it. Like, I want the money. And the only thing that makes getting these medallions a pain in the arse is you. Sorted him out. Now then, you're very aggressive. You seem very angry. Would you like to talk about this? Would you like to talk about what is clearly annoying you? There we go. Hopefully we don't get... Can you imagine if I got, like, just a random snake? Imagine that. There we go. I lost where this was for a minute there. Oh yeah, I forget that that's there, honestly. I do forget that that's there. Nottingham. Good old Nottingham. Nottingham. As we say colloquially. Nottingham. You know, it's weird though, because I don't know, man, like, Dead Space 2 might be better than this game. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games where, like, if someone said Dead Space 2 was better, like, I would have no problem agreeing with that. I'd be like, yeah, I could see that. But I don't know if it is. I don't know. I mean, Dead Space 2 came out, what, 9 years ago, and I'm still playing it. So it's only got, like, 4 years to go until I've been playing it as long as this. So, yeah. You didn't give me any money, you bitches. I didn't get this last time, but money. I'm probably gonna, if anything, I'm probably gonna spend more time on this run than I need to, just because I still like to hoard, I still like to get all the items and everything. Like, oh, thanks, Frank. Yeah, I've heard, a few people have mentioned that, said I should do, like, presenter stuff. I did look into making a Voices account, but you have to pay just to, like, actually, you know, like, apply for things, which I think is a bit weird. I would rather just, like, do something as an audition for free, and then, you know, if somebody wanted to do something, then I would, but... yeah, because as long as they don't have parasites, like, I'm not that worried about these guys. Can you come a bit further? Yeah, thank you. Have they jumped? Yeah, there you are, there you are. Nah. Not today, lads. Go for a swim. Okay, this gets me my Punisher, which I really, really want. There's a snake in there, isn't there? Snake! Fuck that guy up. But yeah, I feel like Dead Space 2 and RE4, like, if you only ever played, like, 2 horror action games in your life, they are the only 2 you need to play. Oh, can I do this and, like, not waste any bullets? Yep. Now I can sell my pistol, and I don't have to reload it. Actually, yes I do. What's up, Cadet? Oh, it definitely does, yeah. Like, and I still think RE4 kind of edges out, just because RE4 is RE4, you know? Like, the creator and director of Dead Space, you know, has said, like, yeah, you know, if it wasn't for RE4, like, you know, Dead Space wouldn't exist. So I'm like, yeah, like, you know, Dead Space 2 might be better, it might be, but RE4 is fucking RE4. And you have to respect the original. We are out of space in the case. This will not do. The green herb in here as well? No, it's money. Okay. Right, I can get my Punisher now. Yeah, but I needed to shoot that crow. That crow had to die. That's one thing I'm going to be doing on this run, is just using grenades more. How have I ended up with a split ammo box? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I like, towards the end of the island, like, I just had an abundance of grenades. So I thought, you know, just use more grenades.
What are you selling?
I am selling this.
What are you buying?
Nothing. I'm not giving you any money. Okay. Okay, so I mean, I'm up like 5 rifle bullets already, which I'll take as a win. Where's the next yellow herb? It's not for a while, is it? So we'll get rid of that, and we'll get rid of 2 of those.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna get the yellow cat's eye. Actually, no. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm just trying to clear up a bit of space. I'll keep the Punisher. I think I'll keep the Punisher until the cabin fight, and then I'll swap to the TMP. Oh, no, hang on. What's first? Cabin fight or Troll? Troll is first. So, yeah, I can keep the Punisher until the cabin fight. I have got half a mind to do the grenade trick, just because I got it first go, but that was kind of fluky. So, we'll play it safe, and we'll get a rocket launcher. You can just... You've got so much money when playing the game this way, so... Here's where I get killed by a quick time event. There we go. I mean, I don't know if it's RE4. A lot of people tend to credit Modern Warfare, but I feel like this was one of the early games to really have to really make the upgrade system. Like, a huge factor. Like, you know, like the way that like this game has some of the most well-balanced upgrades I think ever. Well, maybe well-balanced isn't the best way to describe it. The most fun upgrades. Can you chase me, please? Thank you. Dumbass. And I don't know if other games, like, took it from RE4. But it's, you know, people tend to, like, level, you know, like, an upgrade system as an RPG mechanic, you know? Now, I don't need that incendiary. And going for said incendiary could easily get me hit, so I'm not going to bother going for that. Alright, now... What was that? What the... This guy's just running into all the trip mines. What a bunch of muppets. Alright, cool. Yeah, I think there you can either go for the pipe or the incendiary. Don't go for both. If you go for both, you might get hit. Whereas I think the pipe is 10 grand, and that is, like, you need that more than you need one incendiary. So... Yeah, but that's the thing. You don't know that on your first playthrough, you know? Like, it's weird. I could give someone a blueprint of, like, how to upgrade their weapons and that on this run, and their first run, they would absolutely destroy the game. But you don't know that on your first playthrough, you know? You don't know how busted, like, capacity upgrades are and all that shit. You know, you don't know where all the treasure is. Like, I mean, I think there's well over 1 million, there's well over 1 million pesetas in treasure in the game. Well over 1 million. Like, if you know where all that is, like, you're fine. Okay, we need to concentrate here. Because slow Del Largo is safe Del Largo. You gotta take, you gotta... Can't... There is zero room to be cheeky in this boss fight if you don't want to get hit. I've hit him twice. Even though I don't think you have to go to the left here, I'm still doing it. Alright, 3, 4. Now, for the purpose of no damage, getting a dive is actually good, because it guarantees you 3 hits on him. So, obviously on a speed run, you don't want this, but... Come on, you fucker, where are you? 1, 2. That's 7. Nope. That was a great shot. 8. 9. That's going to be close. 10. Is that a dive? He's dead. Bye-bye. We'll take that. Slow Del Largo. But it was a good Del Largo. Right, merchant. Cool. He was a bit cheeky there too. He was definitely trying to be a bit of a wise guy. Motherfucker. What's the case? Man, we are full. Let's reload this. Oh, man, okay. You see, this is why I want to do the grenade method on the troll. Because, you, like... You don't... Because it's a buzzkill, man. And also, it makes no sense. Leon has guns. You have the hand cannon here. Why can't you just whip out the hand cannon and just fucking just shoot him? Like, he's the only boss that's rocket launcher immune. Ooh, favorite Mega Drive game. Ooh, man, that's a hard one. That's a tough call. Man, the Power Rangers, the movie Beat 'em Up, is definitely up there. The Mega Drive version of Mercs is definitely up there. Street Fighter 2. Oh man, there's Atomic Runner. MK, obviously. God, man, there's some fucking great games on the Mega Drive.
Got some rare things on. What are you selling?
All right. If I practice, you know what? If I'd have practiced the grenade strategy, I would go for the grenade strategy on the troll, but I haven't. So
thank you.
Green mass. Mix. I was confusing that with. I was like, what's that? I was like, it's mixed up, isn't it? Okay, so I still have no space, which is fantastic. Let's sell these grenades.
What are you selling?
Now I get another. Yeah, I get another grenade, don't I? So because the troll takes 3 grenades, so I'll sell them. I might actually have to burn the shotgun just to buy it again, just to get room for the rocket launcher. I think this brings up another thing. For single segment, I'm definitely gonna really practice. Did I not pick up that rifle ammo? God damn it. I'm definitely gonna practice that grenade strategy because it saves you having to piss about with like reselling the shotgun. I didn't think of that, and I've put an upgrade on the shotgun. And it's not too bad because, you know, this game just gives you so much money. So, it's not a big deal. Right, let's go. Oh, I know, I wish this game had that. I wish you could store stuff with the merchant. That'd be... But if you could, it'd kind of break the game. It'd just make the game so easy. Like, can you imagine if you could store, like, all your extra ammo and grenades? Like, it'd be nuts. Speaking of which... We need a flashbang here. This is an easy 5 grand. No. Risk it for a biscuit. Don't have a parasite. There we go. Give me money. Thanks. Okay. So you get a grenade here. Because as long as I've got a couple of grenades for the cabin fight, like that's fine. Between the grenades and the TMP, like, you can't get a shot off of the... No, you can't. Oh yeah, he is there. That would be cool, yeah. If it was a New Game Plus thing, yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be also cool if on New Game Plus they just made it more difficult, like if they just upped the enemy count a little bit. Because this game on New Game Plus is free, like it's so easy. Can you shoot the... Ah, you can. I want that. I want it. Yeah, he's always very weak, isn't he, that guy? I wonder if it's because he's on top of a ladder. And, you know, like, if you shoot him from you know, from down below, like, you know, they didn't want him to just tank, like, you know, 10 to 12 bullets. And to be fair, the Punisher is slightly stronger than the regular pistol here. I've got it's 1.1 damage from him, right? Yeah, it's 1.1, whereas usually the pistol would be 1 here. You can upgrade it, but... Okay, so, this bit, all I've got to do is shoot you in the fucking leg, grab the boomstick, fuck you. In a bit, lads. You know what? I mean, I could kill these. Yeah, you could, but I just don't really need to. We don't need unnecessary murder. Yeah, you could do that too, actually. Yeah, good point. Right then. Wait, give me that rifle ammo. That's what, like 10, over 10 rifle rounds so far that I've got from dynamic drops. So, and the rifle's 12 grand. So, that could be an interesting idea, you know. Minimum kills run. Okay, so what do I've got 3 slots free. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? Look at that. I could sell the Punisher and then just get the TM... Ah, yeah, good idea. I'll sell the Punisher.
What are you selling?
And then I can get the TMP, like, directly after that fight. Yeah, so... I don't really need the rifle here, do we? Going forward, I don't really want to sell it, though. Alright, let me see. What have I got? What have I got to work with here? What have I got to sell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 7. Okay, I'll sell the health. The next yellow herb's not for a while, so...
What are you buying?
There we go. Thank you. Gimme. Thing is, though, if I didn't sell my grenades, I'd be on like a lot. I'd have a lot of items to burn anyway. So, and this at least does actually cost you money. So, right in the kisser. What a shot! Give me your money. Right. Go grab my TMB. Men in the box. Man in the box. What's up? Oh, does it? Oh, yeah, good point, actually, yeah. So I suppose you'd have to be careful, like, you'd have to be careful with dynamite guys killing their own people. Now, you can run past these dogs pretty safely, but I think I might just burn a flashbang on them.
Got a selection. What are you buying?
Right, I want my TMP.
What are you buying?
And I want the stock for said TMP.
What are you selling?
I can now sell all of that.
Thank you.
Lovely. Put you down here. This is your final resting place. Right, we'll sort out the case properly when we get to the castle. Can I upgrade this yet? Do you get any upgrades on this?
What are you buying?
Yeah. 30 bullets is not a lot, so... Alright. Flashbang. We're good on incendiaries, so... Cool. Yeah, so... We're doing good. We're okay so far. The cabin fight, I think, cabin fight is definitely not free. You know, you got to be careful on the cabin fight, but... TMP ammo, thank you. And the nice, you get an extra little bolster, I guess, of being able to sell all the pistol ammo you get. For some reason, when you sell a pistol, you seem to get just tons of ammo for it in dynamic drops, and like 10 pistol rounds is 100, so it's actually less money than if they drop money, but you seem to get it more often. Actually, can you just take like a really wide angle here? Yeah, you probably, yeah. Don't hit me, you fuckers. Cool. Yeah, so you can just take a wide angle. That's nice. Awesome. Oh, actually, this... I just thought, this section coming up is a bit of a bastard. I might reload the rifle here, because the rifle would actually make this bit coming up, like, a lot more consistent. It's only 5 rounds as well, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, what the max kills is. Definitely, yeah, it's definitely over 1,000. Okay, so that's another incendiary grenade. You know what? In hindsight, yeah. Just a thought for the next run. I won't upgrade the TMP's capacity straight away. I'll wait until after this bit.
Wait. Follow me.
See, that's just a lot of pistol. Oh god, man, look at this pistol ammo. Green herb. Cool. Yeah, it is. Like, that's kind of what I want to do, but like, I don't really want to do that on this run. Like, normally that is what I do, and it's one of those things, like, normally you wouldn't think twice about that route, but, you know, only that's when getting hit is not a problem. You know, when getting hit is a problem. Right then. See, lads. Oh, my beloved Red 9. Gonna have to leave you behind. He's still following me, isn't he? Motherfucker. True, yeah. You know what? You probably could. Yeah. Count the knife. Sell that.
Thank you. Then come back.
Right then. Now then.
Anytime.
Hang on. I'd rather keep my ammo.
What are you buying?
Yeah. 6 grand for 7 bullets. Like, yeah. I'll just buy that. I really don't want them taking up room in my case. Can't be asked to go back to the merchant. Okay. So yeah, this bit, a flashbang is easier. Should we just flashbang that? I've got 4 flashbangs. Come on with the pistol ammo. This is why I'm tempted to keep a pistol. Like, I'm tempted to just hold on to the Punisher, but you don't really have the space. Don't walk into a bear trap. Fuck out of my way. Right, you get in the bin. We have people to murder. Nice pitchfork, bitch. I see you two up there. I see you. Just, you know, being all funny with your stupid hat. Just zone them out. Parasite? Yeah. No, thank you. Alright, now if I remember rightly, there's one enemy left. Blacktail is for spray and pray noobs. The red 9's for pro. Red 9 is for pro. Blacktail, spray and pray noobs. Everyone knows that. Men of sophistication use the red 9. Michael Bay enthusiasts use the Blacktail. Right. And it's just, you know, people know that. You know, it is known. It is known. Okay, so there's one left. There you are. What's the bets this this one's gonna have a parasite? Oh, I fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. Fuck off. Right, that should be everybody. I'm gonna go and do a quick sweep before we get Ashley out of the bin. And I'm also going to get rid of bear traps. I do not want her running into a fucking bear trap and killing my run. Ooh, TMP ammo. That's convenient. You know what, to be fair, yeah, if you're going to use a pistol on this run, definitely the Blacktail. Yeah, definitely. That would cover more bases. For sure. Right, everyone is dead. Yeah. This is where I run into the one bear trap I forgot about. That and that. Cool. Truly organized and even out case. You see, this is what I mean. That, you know, the real Kingsmen don't even put a stock on their red 9. That's how you know you're a baller. And you can even out the case with the thermal scope, which is the only correct way to use the thermal scope. Yes, the Punisher needs more love. The Punisher is such an underrated pistol. Well, that sucked. Oh, that you know, that's just giving me an idea, actually. Okay, cool. Let's go. Cabin fight. Cabin fight, and then we are cooking, you might say. How's the nade situation? You get one in the big cheese fight. So, you know what though, this game's so cool that you could really just play the whole thing with nothing but pistols and like you'd never feel underpowered. You know? No trip. That's annoying. Taking no chances. Yeah, the weapons are so good. Like, you really could use just nothing but pistols, and by the end of the game, you'd still be OP as fuck. I mean, it's a shame the Matilda's not available on a new run, but it kind of makes sense that it isn't, because the Matilda is, like, insanely powerful. Right, we'll sell, hang on, yeah, we'll sell this pistol ammo. I'm a little bit low on shotgun ammo, I gotta say. I would like more shotgun rounds than that for the cabin fight. Maybe I've been a bit too overzealous shotgunning people. What was I gonna sell? Sell that.
Thank you. Come back anytime.
There's no upgrades I need here, is there?
What are you buying?
Oh, you sexy beast. Thank you. Forgot about that. Right. Reload the shotgun. TMP. Okay, we can sort our case out pretty soon. Yeah, so shotgun. Let's do this.
Leon, I have some bad news.
I'd rather not.
I think, yeah, no merchant was the first one I did. It was the first handicap run. Like, no merchant. I really hope they add that. Like, I really hope they add that. Like, as a difficulty in the remake. Like, I really hope they just do, they add, like, no merchant as a run. It'd be so cool. Right, Lewis. Start shooting people. Did he just get something thrown at him? Time to camp. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to tune out from you guys for a second. I'm sure you understand. Can't even think about it. Motherfucker. I'm actually surprised he went for a throw there. Like. You know what? We've got the flashbangs, like, and they count as kills, so. Go on, Lewis. You body block them. Ah! I was very unlucky. I was very, very unlucky. Ah. That was close as well. Like, that wasn't even, like, that was like frames. There was like frames on that pump animation. Like, you know? Oh shit, I forgot about the ladders. Completely forgot about the ladders. What time is it? Now we've got time to go again. Is it a true no damage run if Lewis gets hit? Yeah. He doesn't count. He dies anyway. So, if Lewis was like a contingency on the run, it'd be impossible to do a no damage run, because Lewis gets killed. Oh. Okay, I wish I'd taken note of my incendiaries there. Because I was trying to keep any enemy that had like a throwable, I was always trying to keep pinned on the ground and like basically never reload when they were around. So I'm thinking I do have an incendiary to spare. Yeah, actually no, you have 2 incendiaries to spare. Oops. No, yeah, I suppose there's not really. To be fair though, the cabin fight is that can happen. Not really worth killing these guys, but just on the off chance that they give you handgun rounds. But I think the run would just be really boring if you just run past everything. So Yeah, I think the no item case run is pretty legit. Like, that is a, that's about as brutal as a handicap run gets. Oh yes, that, I wonder what that was, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe use the TMP more in the cabin fight. But man, that was, I'm gonna have to go back and check the tape, because I was surprised that first shot didn't hit him. The spread on the shotgun is pretty generous, like, when that didn't hit him, I kind of knew I was in trouble. But I was surprised that first shot didn't stagger that guy. But now we know. Now we also know that it's definitely worth getting the rifle, though. What's up, Jones? Yeah, it's definitely worth getting the rifle. Yeah, we could do with the Leon emote. We could do the Leon emote, actually. Thinking about it. Alright, I've got about 2 hours left on this stream, so we should be able to get, if I can, you know, get a good run here, I can get a decent amount into the game. Because there is something I wanted to do on this stream, but I don't know if I'm going to have time. It depends. Getting to 3-1 is at least probably like about an hour and a half, I would say. Like, playing this slow. Come on. Belen, what are you doing? And it really depends on how generous you want to be with saves. I don't know. Off the top of my head, the most problematic areas, I would say, save before the cabin fight, save before, well, yeah, save like once you complete the first full chapter, like the village. So save when you get to the castle. And then what have you got left? I still think 4-1 and 4-4 probably are the best. So then that'd only be, what, 4 saves? That's not a lot of saves. When you consider how big the game is, like, saving 4 times is not a big deal. I was gonna say you sound pretty close. Get out my way. You guys are fucking eager this morning. Jesus. All 4 of you rushing me. I feel personally attacked. I mean, so what? I turned up in your village and just started murdering everybody. Like, what's that got to do with the price of fish? Yeah, I think, yeah, to be honest, the cabin fight save is overkill. Like, you don't really need to save there, but... I'm just thinking, you know, if you just wanted to get it down, I would say that's worth saving before that fight. I didn't know you got a capacity upgrade right there, though, so... I could probably use the TMP a bit more. Huh. That's just so boring, though. There we go. That's actually, like, reasonably fast. Cool. Yeah, you could do that, I suppose. That would make sense. But I still think, I think if you practiced it enough, and I mean, I say practice, like, I've played the game enough to where I kind of have that practice anyway. I do think single segment is not that bad. As long as you're super careful, and you just don't try anything cheeky, you're okay. Like, you know, there's definitely some areas that could be tricky, but I feel like if you're really, really careful, play safe, you can get. I mean, I say there are single segment no damage runs on YouTube. I've found 2, so one of them I haven't finished watching the full run, but aside from buying new weapons, I don't think he even upgrades his weapons. So, you know, it can definitely be done. So. I do think it helps, though, if you look at it more through the lens of a handicap run. Like, anything goes, you just can't get hit. Like, you can be as cheap as you want. You're not allowed to get hit. Because in theory, unless there's a strategy that involves you getting hit, which I'm not aware of, but in theory, wouldn't, like, the perfect speed run also be no damage? If you think about it. Because if you get hit in a speed run, that's time where you're not able to move. There we go. Yeah, you do have to. Yeah, you have to wait a long time to get the next upgrade on the TMP. But I mean, 100 shots is, you know, is a lot. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does. It'd be like any other run where, like, something's prohibited, you know? Like, no melee. You know, it's like, okay, fine. Like, melee is actually super, super powerful, but... I see you, yeah, fucker. Oh, I thought that. Yeah. Are you... Okay, I thought I heard that guy coming as well. Love how Leon's kick, like, hits grounded. Which makes no sense. Like, the hitbox on his leg is like his entire body. Ooh, that's a good job. Not that it was a problem on the run just now, but I definitely felt like I was low on shotgun rounds, like, comparatively, but... oops. So, it's weird though, is that, like, I think with the remake, you know, that they can't alter any of this shit. Like, this game has been this way, you know, for 15 years. So, you know, if they change anything, people like me aren't gonna be happy. Is he not? No, he's not coming down, is he? I suppose the shotgun really is just like how lucky you get. Like, all it really takes is for you to get like 2 or 3 random drops from an enemy. And, you know, that's potentially like another 10 shotgun shells. I got my incendiary, didn't I? Yep. No, I didn't. No. Wait. Did I forget the incendiary in the village? I could have swore I picked that up. I didn't use it. Huh. Hang on a minute here. Well, I'll be. I think that's the first. I don't think I've ever forgot. Hey, shotgun rounds. I don't think I've ever forgot to pick that up. I think, I hope it's not. I hope it's not, but I really hope that they just do the Halo remake treatment. I really do. Just make the game look better and leave everything else the same. I really think that's all they need to do. Yeah, that's true actually, it is, yeah. Not by much, though. Isn't it only like 3% or something? Like, it's not that big of a deal, like the speed increase of running, like, empty-handed. Shut up. Right. That guy's probably like, you forgot the incendiary grenade, you muppet. And you're like, yes. Yes, I did. You are correct. Oh, well. You know what? I've never actually timed what's faster, but I feel like there's probably not a lot in it, but I'd probably say going up and dropping down probably is quicker than doing that. Alright. Cool. There was a bloody close call on that run just now as well, on the water room coming up, so... I got a decent amount of rifle ammo as well, which was a bit annoying. Cool. Punisher is definitely worth getting. I should really make a save for the troll and like really practice that grenade strategy. It'd just be such a more optimal way of killing him. Oh, I know, yeah. I feel like, you know, if they hadn't have, like, you know, trimmed so much on the RE3 remake, I feel like people would in general be more positive. Also, let's can't actually, unless I've missed it, the RE4 remake isn't official yet, right? Like, it's not been revealed. Like, or announced or confirmed in any way, shape, or form. Like, that is still a rumor. Unless I'm... Or did they come out and say... Or did they give a release date? I can't remember. They might have given a release date, but I can't remember if Capcom have actually confirmed it's happening. But yeah, I think if the RE3 remake hadn't kind of used up a lot of the goodwill from the RE2 remake... I feel like people would be more positive about the possibility of them remaking 4. Can you blow that up in his hand? No. Yeah, I would just kill him through the window. There we go. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I didn't think so. Yes, I mean, it might not even happen. It's like all the stuff with, what's his name? I'm sure you guys have probably heard about it. Dr. Disrespect getting banned from Twitch. Like, there's all these people, like, you know, oh, here's what we know so far. It's like, you know precisely fuck all so far. Because neither Twitch nor him have said why he got banned. Like, you know nothing. Like, same with the RE4 remake. Like, no one knows anything. It's just... a really easy way to get people to click on your article. I even saw a video floating around actually. Was like there was a video of like, you know, why he got banned, and it was titled "Everything We Know So Far," and like it was just this thread of people blowing up the video saying like this video contains like no information whatsoever. You know, like it's just the worst kind of like modern clickbait. You know. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, you know, they could, you know, there are things they could improve, like, for example, let you just hand cannon Del Largo. Cool. That said, even though, like, he's not one of my favourite parts of the game, they shouldn't remove him. They shouldn't take Del Largo out, because, like, I think he really adds to the atmosphere and, like, the lore of the village, you know? They shouldn't remove that boss fight. They really shouldn't. But kind of have a feeling they will.
What are you? Thank you.
Not very much.
What are you selling? Thank you. What are you
Let's
buying?
get the rifle. Yeah, it's funny how money probably. It's funny how money changes people's minds over the years. He was like, man, I'm not. I can't imagine. I imagine like he's probably done pretty well out of it. Although I know he left not soon after they ported it to the PS2, didn't he? So in a weird way, like he stuck to his guns. I think there was a lot of like behind the scenes stuff going on regarding that, though, wasn't there? Like there was a reason Mikami was like really pissed at Capcom at the time. There we go. We'll sort the rest out later. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think this segment right here, even though it probably wouldn't really work with the timeline, like I think this would be way creepier if they set it at night. Ah! I really needed that to not headshot him. Like, I really needed that to not headshot him. I was just gonna kick him into that guy. That's annoying. Whoops. No, I don't want to watch the credits. I don't want to watch the credits. Thank you. There we go. You know, let me check my saves real quick. I probably don't have a save that early. I just want to practice that grenade strategy on the troll. Nah, I've got nothing. What's the earliest save I have, actually? 2-1? God, is that it? This is from my old... This is from my other run, isn't it? Yeah. Ah, bollocks. Oh, well. What can you do? Okay,
Resident Evil.
so, okay, well, I've... God, okay, I actually, no, I've got, what, an hour and a half? Ooh, this is... This might cut it a bit fine, you know. Let me double check my saves and see if there's anything I can practice, because I don't want to have to rush doing this and then get hit and then lose a run. That would be annoying. I kind of hope they take out the quick time events, to be honest. That might annoy some people, but if they completely removed all the quick time events, like I wouldn't mind one bit. That really wouldn't bother me at all. They are a product of this game's era, you know, and if they took them out, like, I don't think anybody would mind. Ooh, okay. Merry mates make tea. Be right back, guys. That's perfect timing, that is. 10 boxes. You'll get your podge again. Alright, what's up guys? I'm back. And I have tea. She made me chai as well. A win. I didn't hear that, John. I didn't hear that, gentleman. What's up, John? I'm obviously upset with me. Oh, man. Okay, so what was I going to do? Yeah, so 3-1... What's this one? Let me have... I think this might be the waterhole save. Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay, so we can practice this at least. Because I've only got like an hour and a half. And I'll probably do the video I was going to do. I'm just going to do a good old tier list. Everybody loves a tier list. So I thought it'd be fun to do one for a particular game. Alright then. Waterhole. Game face. I was whipped that a bit too far, don't I? That's close. Killing both shield guys there does cut that pretty fine. Okay. There we are. That's another added bonus of playing on PC, like I can hear those properly. See, look at the spread on that. I'm really kind of, in hindsight, I'm a little bit annoyed that I got hit on that cabin fight. That was fucking close. Nah, that's too risky. You don't need to play it that risky, so we'll kill them, kill you, and then just run straight down here. Stop you from doing anything. Wait. The shield guys are the problem. There we go. I want you guys nice and bunched up, so I can set you all on fire. I don't leave anybody out, you know. I'm gonna hop on NG2 after this. Oh no, the shield guy. Check Ashley with the skills, dodging that. Okay, so I think the best way to do this Kill the 2 crossbow guys. Kill these 2. Just kind of stun him. And then just come down here. Ashley getting grabbed there. Yeah, that's why Ashley getting grabbed there can kind of fuck things up. Is she not? Okay, no, she is.
Wait.
Stop it. Look at this dick. Fucking think about it.
Wait.
The only problem with this method, it's just a little bit, can get a wee bit crowded in here, can't it? You know what I mean? Like, but once you get past like the first volley, I think like, you know, it's not too bad. Alright, fuck off. I definitely prefer fighting them out here, like when there's no crossbow guys, because you can just take advantage of the space.
Wait.
What a throw! That's beautiful.
Wait.
Put your fucking shields down, fuckers.
Wait.
This is why I want the, like, the abundance of rifle ammo. I don't want to have to even think about having to conserve rifle ammo in this segment. I just want to rifle the fuck out of everything. What sports Leon plays? You know, I don't know why, but I could see him playing tennis. I could see Leon being a tennis player. I have no idea why tennis came to mind, but I could see Leon playing some tennis. Right. Hey, hang on. Oh, you... Okay, you know what? If Ashley gets picked up, that's fine. But if she gets hit, that's not fine. Hands off. Bitch. Ashley, what are you doing? Getting grabbed doesn't mean you can stop turning the goddamn crank. Okay, so that turnaround kind of messed me up there. But it's fine.
Wait.
That. Seems like a lacrosse, man. Just you left. Have you got a parasite? No. Cool. So this bit, pretty straightforward now. Just rifle everything. Don't even worry about it.
Look, there's a crank over there.
I mean, Leon's got to do something for stamina, you know? I mean, your average playthrough of this game is what, like 6-7 hours for me? So, you know, 6-7 hours of running, kicking, suplexing, dodging, knife fighting. That was a fantastic shot. Catching Ashley. wow, I can't play the game. Like, you know, he's got to do something for his endurance. Well, that was an interesting shot. I shouldn't actually do that. Let them get that close, I mean. Because they can start up an attack, and then you can blow their head off, but the attack can still come out. So, I think we'll do this. Where's Mr. Runner? Go away. See, look. That's the shit I'm talking about. Right, now if I remember rightly, that's it for guys up top. No? Choose a better shield next time. Dummy. Cool. Yeah. Now I could grab that first aid spray. I really need it. Eat it. Ah, look at you up there. That was an interesting cut. How many bullets was that? How many rifle bullets? Probably around 20. Now you see, that was smooth. That was nice and easy. That wasn't too bad. All right then. Seeing as we're kind of awkward on time, I feel like this will be a thing to do on like a Friday stream where like I don't have to worry about time. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, everybody loves a tier list in this day and age. So I thought it'd be fun, just because I'm going to be playing a lot of survival going forward, to do a weapon tier list for survival in NG2. I wish you could do like two things. I wish you could do like NG2 and just chatting, but I don't think you can. Okay, so let's minimize Steam. Okay, I just went onto this tier maker and I read the template as describe the image as sex, etc. Game of Thrones. I thought, wait, what? It's actually set example Game of Thrones. That was my bad. Okay, so what's the easiest way to do this? You know, Jesden, I've thought of doing that for so many years, and I'm trying to think of ways to do it. Like, do like a video game endurance challenge, you know? Like, do a Resident Evil challenge where you'd have to do, like, you know, 6 hours of, you know, running or something, like, you know, just to see if, like, you could do it, like, if it was humanly possible. Obviously it is, but... Alright, so let's go on presentation mode. I've never actually used these before, so... yeah, is that gonna... Boom, look at that. There we go. Cool, okay, so... a couple of things. Let me grab Twitch and put that back on this monitor. There we go. So a couple of things to go over before I actually dive into this tier list. You may be thinking, why is there no S tier? There's a very good reason for why there's no S tier. Generally speaking, these are used for fighting game characters. Like, this is kind of where it stems from. Oh man, that's good tea. And in general, the S tier is reserved for characters that, you know, kind of are significantly better or like have something that no other character does in a fighting game. That doesn't really apply to this tier list because the way I look at it, for that to apply, one of the weapons would have to be just super easy and super brain dead to use, which it isn't. Like, every single weapon is difficult, so there's no S tier. Just to get that out of the way right off the bat. You got to remember when Leon takes a 6-hour nap. That's true, but does that count? Does that count as rest? I don't know that it does. The other thing, the main criteria for these weapons, like, you know, when considering, you know, their placement on the list, the strength of their ET and UT, or the relative, you know, benefits of their ET and UT, the safety and practicality of their moves, their command list, do they have any problematic waves? So you've got Format A and Format B, so which of those are going to be a problem, for example? How well they deal with Genshin, which is for obvious reasons. And there was one more that I had before, but I can't remember what it was. ET, UT, safe moves, problematic waves, Genshin. There was one more, but I didn't write it down. We'll do with that for now. And we're going to be going in descending order. So A tier is going to be the hardest weapon. So like these, so the lower the weapon is on the tier list, the easier it is to use. As of right now, I do think having 4 levels is kind of a bit too much. But we'll get the easiest one out of the way first, because I feel like it's the only weapon that belongs in this one. And that is the Scythe. The Scythe, again, none of these are easy. None of these are easy to stay alive with. Like, they're all difficult. But if I had to pick one to be the easiest, it would be the Scythe. And that is because when you look at the criteria that, at least I think, breaks down these moves, breaks down these weapons, the Scythe's ET and UT are both absolutely devastating. And they have 2 UTs. You've got the regular UT and you've got the Rotate Y UT. The reason that makes the Scythe the easiest in my book is because I think it's the only weapon that can just delete the dog wave. The Scythe is Format A, so you get the Fiend Dogs after the Pillbugs, and yeah, it's Pillbugs, and nothing can compete with the Scythe when it comes to, no, after the Skeleton, sorry. Nothing can compete with the Scythe when it comes to killing Fiend Dogs. Just, it's quite simply the best weapon to kill them, and I really don't think there's even a close second. So I'm putting the Scythe on the easiest tier for now. It'll be interesting to go over these like as I keep playing and see if my opinion changes. But I don't think I'm ever going to change my mind on the Scythe being the easiest. Like, it's just so powerful. And also, so to go over the moves again, the ET and UT, bonkersly overpowered. Safe moves. You have YYYY with the Scythe, which is a phenomenal string. It's one of the strongest strings in the game in terms of sheer damage output. You have in-air XY and in-air XXY, which again are insanely good. You have counter Y, which is ridiculous on ninjas. You have counter X, which has a great instant kill probability. And you also have XYY, which is really, really good at taking out zombies. It's good for the instant kills on zombies. And when I'm talking about this list, I'm not really talking about just getting through one round. You know, keep in mind, I am talking about how difficult is it to get through like 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds. So, you know, for example, no weapon really struggles with any wave on round 1. But on round 3, that might be a different story. So I think the Scythe is the easiest for those reasons. And also Genshin. I don't think I have to really go over that, but I don't think any weapon is better than the Scythe for fighting Genshin. Y staggers are 100% safe, 100% hit confirmable. He cannot get out of them. Even if he blocks it, you're completely safe. You can pause, you can dash. Like, I don't think anything is safer for killing Genshin. Other weapons can kill him faster, obviously, but if you had to fight Genshin 100 times in a row, I'd pick the Scythe to do that with, you know? So, I don't know, you could describe NG combat with chromosomes. So moving on, I think it would be easier to go on to what is the hardest weapons from here, and then we'll kind of see where we meet in the middle. So this took a bit of thinking, but I think the 2 hardest are by far the Kusarigama and the Flails. And I don't think these are even close. Now you may be thinking, oh yeah, but the Kusarigama's really good. It's super OP, it's super powerful, and you'd be right. But there is one aspect, well 2 aspects actually, of why I feel the Kusarigama is actually the hardest. I think the Kusarigama is harder than the Flails. Because the Flails have one thing over the Kusarigama in my book, and that is Genshin. As of right now, I have never seen, nor do I know of, a safe way to fight Genshin with the Kusarigama. So far, people just use in-air YXY, which does a shitload of damage, but you have to jump to do that move. And jumping against Genshin is suicide. And he can just come out of it whenever he wants, and you land, and you're dead. So that's one reason why I think Kusarigama is up there. The other reason, just going through this list, the ET and the UT on the Kusarigama really aren't very good. Its ET is borderline useless, in my book. It's only really useful for getting out of incendiaries or if you need iframes. Its UT is a little bit better, but compare the devastation of the Kusarigama UT to any other UT on this list. Even the flails, you can extend the flail UT like a lot. So it's really, really good for that. But once you get up to the later rounds where, like, you know, Gargers can survive the UT and that, like the damage isn't enough to kill them, you really start to realize that the UT and ET on the Kusarigama just aren't as strong as the other weapons, which is a big problem. The reason having strong UTs and ETs is so important is because you're invulnerable during them, so you can kill enemies while not taking any damage. Great for survival. Genshin I covered. Problematic waves. I would say the Kusarigama are maybe tied with the Dragon Sword, I'm not sure, but I feel like the Kusarigama are the riskiest rather, when it comes to the Fiend Dogs. You've got damaging moves with the Kusarigama. You've got in-air YXY and staggers and windmill shuriken staggers, and you've got rotate Y, but what do you have to do that? You've got to jump. Apart from rotate Y, which is quite a slow startup, the Kusarigama doesn't really have anything grounded that is good against the Fiend Dogs. So that's a really problematic wave for the Kusarigama, in my opinion. I think that's pretty much it for that one. Again, safe moves. The regular moves on the Kusarigama, again, aren't great. One of its best moves, I would say, is its Y counter. Its Y counter is insanely good. Running Y is probably one of its best moves, actually, thinking about it, and so is rotate Y. I think running Y and rotate Y are both insanely good moves. Really, really good instant kill properties. The rotate Y is not great for instant kill, but it does deal a shitload of damage, so it's really, really good for that. And it also hits grounded enemies. Moving on to the flails, aside from Genshin, I would say they have a lot of the same issues. I feel like in general the ET and UT are better just because you can extend them, and they last for so long that you can kind of get your bearings and distribute the hits around on enemies. The flails are Format B though, they're not Format A. So that is like mech enemies, and you get Vangelfs and Gargers instead of Fiend Dogs. Vangelfs and Gargers, Mech Vangelfs, sorry. Mech Vangelfs and Red Gargers are definitely easier than the Fiend Dogs, but not with the flails, really. If that flail UT at the start, like, doesn't hit anything, you are in trouble as of, like, round 2, even. Because I don't think the Azuna drop is a guaranteed kill on Red Gargers in round 2. No worries, Jason. I'll catch you later, man. But a couple of other things with the flails. The X counter. That's an appropriate timing for that. That's very appropriate timing. The X counter is one of the best counters in the game. Like, insane delim rate. You recover incredibly fast. It's got a deceptively large hitbox. And obviously it sets you up for OTs straight away. ET and UT, covered that. Safe moves. Recently, I've really learned to love forward Y with the flails. Forward Y is on par with the Talons forward Y. That's how good that move is. And you can take it into an Azuna drop, which is really, really good. Genshin, problematic waves, rather, just sticking to this order. Problematic waves with the flails are the mech waves. If your UT does not hit the Vangelf mech in either of the waves where they appear, you're in trouble. Like, it's hard to get that UT chain started again, and they can't, and they just simply do not have the damage output to take out a mech Like, the fastest way to kill a mech Vangelf with the flails is jump away and charge a UT. Like, unless you get lucky and you get an instant kill. I feel like they handle Genshin really, really well. Again, forward Y is brilliant on Genshin. Super safe, really fast, hit confirmable, does decent damage. And also, you can forward Y his minions into an Izuna drop. And Izuna drop does insane damage to Genshin if the splash damage hits him. And because the flails are format B, you don't run the risk of a mage grabbing you for half your life bar on, you know, rounds 3 and 4 onwards. So that covers those. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the next tier, which is, you know, like the next hardest weapons. And it might be controversial. I don't know, maybe it is controversial. But I'm actually going to put the Luna and the True Dragon Sword in this tier. Now, you might be thinking, oh, but the Luna's OP, its UT is amazing. And yes, you would be right, its UT is amazing. The problem is 99% of the rest of the Luna's moves are crap. The strings are full of holes. There's hardly any guaranteed strings on the Luna. Like, you get hit out of moves all the time with the Luna. And the reason that's such a problem is because the Luna is a format B weapon, which means you have tack ninjas. And they constantly just... They're just constantly shooting at you. That's an Injustice reference, if anyone's wondering what that noise is for. So, that's why I think the Luna is actually just outside of the hardest weapon. Its Rotate Y, ET, and UT are insane. Like, 2 of the best UTs in the game. But aside from in-air XY to Izuna drop and in-air XXY and XXY, the Luna really kind of struggles with strings. When you get to like rounds 3 and 4 with the Luna, your go-to move against ninjas and man-sized enemies is the guillotine throw. Because you can't really start a string on those rounds with the risk of getting shot by a tack ninja and then getting grabbed. Because if that happens on round 3 or 4, half your life is just gone like that because you went for a string. It's a really, really annoying weapon because XXY is a great string by itself. It's just, it gets stuffed so easily, which is kind of annoying. But the ET and UT save it. It's one of the few weapons where I think whether or not you get an ET or a UT on its rotate ultimate technique, it doesn't matter. The UT is, I think, hit for hit, like one of the most powerful UTs in the game in terms of just sheer damage output. It's insanely strong. And the ET has instant kill properties on pretty much anything that's not a ninja. So, there's that, which is really good. It also handles Genshin fairly well, in my book. XXY is a great string when you're one-on-one with Genshin. So, you've got a hit confirmable string. Sometimes the Y in XXY double connects on Genshin, and it just deletes his health bar if that happens, which is great. So it handles Genshin really well, and the problematic waves, I don't really feel like any wave with the Luna is a real problem. But again, because it's format B, the mech waves, if your UT chain gets broken, is the one you want to worry about. Everything else is pretty straightforward. It's not too bad. Sip my tea here. True Dragon Sword. Now, that might surprise some people. But when I go through the list, hopefully it'll make sense. The True Dragon Sword's ETs and UTs are kind of weak, in my book. The regular ET is okay. It does a decent amount of damage, but it's definitely not as good as other ones. And its UT, funnily enough, I think is actually one of the weaker ones out of the weapons, because in a couple of the weapons on this list, you're looking at like the dual swords have it, the Tonfa have it, the flails have it, and that's it. There's a transition in the UT, and what I mean by that is when you do a certain part of the move on the UT, Ryu has like a teleport animation. And that next hit has to land on something for the rest of the UT to come out. There is nothing more frustrating with the True Dragon Sword than on, say, round 4, letting a UT go, the first part hits a red Garger and it doesn't kill them, and then the next part of it misses. and you don't get the rest of the UT. If the rest of that UT hits, it's one of the... If the entire of that UT hits, it's probably one of the best UTs in the game, because its damage output is fucking off the chart. But it's way too easy for it to whiff. You've got 2 instances where the most damaging part of the UT will not connect. So, for that reason, I feel like it belongs on there. Gleaming Blade is obviously great. Gleaming Blade UT is really, really good. Especially for the dogs. It's one of the better moves on the dog wave. But again, it's format A. And unless you're playing with the scythe, and even when you're playing with the scythe, the dogs aren't free. But if you're not playing with the scythe, the dog wave is always a problem wave. Always. It always is. So, that's my thought for that. Handles Genshin really, really well. You've got XXY forward Y, you've got YY into YY. That's more of a advanced one, but YY really does bring the hurt to Genshin. So that's a really, really good move to use on him. The next one, this is getting a bit trickier now, what we've got left. I'm going to put the Tonfa just above the scythe. I might even put it in that wave, playing it more. But I feel like the Tonfa, the only thing that's a problem with the Tonfa, as of right now, and I've played the Tonfa quite a bit over the past month, is Genshin. Round 3 and onwards, he can flame ground pound after Heavenly Justice rotate Y, and it hits you. Like, you can't Nimpo out of it. It's going to hit you, from what I've tested. You cannot get out of that. So, ironically, like, aside from the scythe, I'd say the Tonfa is probably the next best weapon on Genshin. And because that is a problem as of round 3, I'm right now in the middle of, like, trying to find out an alternative for him. I do think forward YY Heavenly Justice Y works, but I just need to test it more. The rest of the Tonfa, I don't think really needs to be said. It's ET and UT because it's format B. Turn everything into, you know, just mincemeat. Like, it's like with the Luna. If you get an ET with the Tonfa, you're still guaranteed to kill at least one thing, maybe 2. And if you get a UT, you can take out like half a dozen enemies. It's ridiculous how powerful the UTs and ETs are. Rotate Y is an amazing move, insane damage output, full iframes after the first part of the move is done. Does have a large amount of recovery, but against regular enemies that's not really a problem, because anything that Rotate Y hits, it's going to kill or stagger them to the point where you can move out of the way. Heavenly Justice cancels kind of keep it where it is. Like, once you really get comfortable with Heavenly Justice, like, it does give you a lot of extra iframes, which are really, really good. And I think that's about it. One downside with the Tonfa, actually, I don't think it takes them out of that tier, but keeping a low combo with the Tonfa can be quite difficult. You really have to keep an eye on your combo count when you, like, if you're ever on low health and, you know, you're trying to get health orbs or you need Nimbo and you're trying to kill enemies normally, it's very, very easy to go over 20 hits on the Tonfa without really realizing it. So that's something to keep in mind. These two, there's a reason I saved these two till last, because I feel like the dual swords could potentially go in the scythe tier, but I haven't played them enough yet. So I'm going to put them in the same tier as the Tonfa for some of the same reasons. Problematic waves, again, it's format A, which is Fiend Dogs, so that kind of goes without saying. But the dual swords are really good for Genshin. YY is hard to hit confirm, but it is hit confirmable. You can also do forward Y, Windmills Shuriken, rotate Y, if you're feeling, you know, daring. Rotate Y with the dual swords is fully invincible, and it shreds Genshin's health bar. So there is that. The dual swords are one of the few weapons where the ET and the UT is definitely what you want, but the ET packs enough damage, like just sheer damage, where you can still kill most things with one ET. Or even if it doesn't kill them, you can finish them off with like X, Y, Y on landing Y, which is also one of its best strings. Flying Swallow is really, really good. It's obviously got Izuna Drop, which is a very handy move, especially for Genshin with his minions. The UT just deletes enemies. Like, one dual sword UT kills Resetsu, which is kind of insane. Tons of safe moves. XY into launches is really good. XY into Y, like where he like spins down and then spins on the floor. That's a really, really good move. Rotate Y is fully invincible, so that kind of goes without saying. Dual swords are kind of simple. So the talons. Worth noting, I'll put this in the title of the video so you don't have to make it this far in to get to this part. But this list is based on survival, like staying alive. I'm not talking about score. Even though the two kind of do walk hand in hand. But the reason for that is why I'm going to put the talons in here, in this tier. I had half of mine to put them up here, but I don't quite think... I don't think they're that hard, honestly. Just because they deal with so much of survival so easily. So the biggest thing, obviously with the talons, is that forward Y with the talons is probably the single best move in the game. Like if I had to pick a best move in the game, I'd pick the talons. Forward Y delimbs pretty much anything it touches, like 7-8 times out of 10. It delimbs the marionettes, it stuns quad pedal mechs, it stuns the rocket mechs. Mech Vangelfs are about the only problem with the talons. Like they're the only enemy that are a real problem with the talons, I feel, are the Mech Vangelfs. Because the only thing they have that are really good at killing them are its UT, which kind of sucks. Just going back, yeah, so ET and UT. UT is really great, but the ET, they have a weak ET in my opinion. I think it's probably maybe the weakest in the game, just looking at what else is there. Maybe the Flails is weaker, I don't know, but at least the Flails deals damage to a lot of enemies. The Talons ET is really, really short, very, very poor delimbing ability, and doesn't really do a lot of damage. So an ET with the Talons is... sort of feels like a bit of wasted essence in my book. UT is good, but it's one of the weaker UTs in survival, I think, because it's really, really long, but it doesn't really have a lot of damage potential. You know, usually it's just good to kill like one really dangerous enemy. Like if you have a Mech Vangelf, you can just Talons UT and it's dead. That's probably the best thing about it. The good thing about it though, safe moves. So, again, we talked about forward Y. Forward Y is ridiculous. It's also got Flying Swallow into Azuna Drop, which on Ninja Waves, it deals with the machine gun rocket launcher guys insanely well for that. You can just incendiary like 2 of them and then just Flying Swallow Azuna Drop the rest. Or, you can forward Y them. Machine gun rocket launcher guys won't fire their rockets if you delimb them. So, the normal rocket launcher guys, unless you cut off their right arm, they can still fire their rocket launcher. Machine gun rocket launcher guys can't do that. So you don't have to use incendiaries on them to, you know, manage that final wave before Genshin. Speaking of Genshin, forward Y is absolutely fantastic on Genshin. I've hit as many as 4 in a row with Genshin. And that is a lot of damage. And again, even if he blocks it, you can stay safe, you can just back off. Even if he tries to get out of it, it's got enough priority to where you can still get out of the way most of the time. That's always a kind of a qualifier with Genshin. Problem waves. Problem waves are, it's format B, so any mech wave I feel like can potentially be a problem with the Talons, because you depending on like how it starts, if your UT whiffs, you're in trouble. You're really in trouble if your UT whiffs. So I think that's about it. Safe moves. Yeah, we covered moves, we covered waves, we covered the ultimate techniques. We're good, yeah. So that's it. That's going to do it for the tier list. As of the 30th of June, 2020, that's my take. So I feel like the Kusarigama and the Flails are the hardest. The next one down is Luna, True Dragon Sword and Talons. Then it's Tonfa, Dual Swords, and Scythe. In that order as well. In that order. So the Kusarigama is the hardest, and then it goes Flails, Luna, True Dragon Sword, Talons, Tonfa, Dual Swords, Scythe. If the Tonfa, well no, sorry, if the Dual Swords had format B, they might take the place of the Scythe, but they don't. The Dual Swords have format A. So if you didn't have to deal with the dogs on format B, on format A rather, like I think the Dual Swords might actually be easier. Not too sure on that though. We'll see. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's play some NG2 for the last hour. Well, yeah, just under an hour. But let's play some Ninja Gaiden 2. Thanks for the bits, Demon. Appreciate that. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm going to do another one, you know, like further down the road. Maybe my opinion will change, but yeah, the Windmill Shuriken was left out because the Windmill Shuriken is just OP. You know, it's funny if I was to look at the Windmill Shuriken with those parameters, like it wouldn't actually have a problem, except for the fact that it can't hit Genshin. So there we go. Plug the old controller in. And I think we'll play... The last weapon I was talking about was the Talons, wasn't it? So we'll play the Talons. Why not? Earphones. Whoa. Now, I was thinking of a way to really test these earphones out. With regards to, like, the location of the sound. I installed Black Ops again on PS4. But not a lot of people are playing that. Because the one thing that is good about the big headphones is that the sound is real crisp. Wow. BBC News have run a story about Dr. Disrespect getting banned from Twitch. That is fucking crazy. I bet so many people are probably looking at this article and being like, who the fuck is that? Like, I could see my dad, like, seeing this article and being like, what the fuck? I'll read you the byline here. Loud, abrasive, and brash, Dr. Disrespect has been one of Twitch's most popular streamers. Armed with a unique combination of mullet, mustache, and sunglasses, he built up an audience of nearly 4 million followers on the site. Earlier this year, the character, played by a former games developer called Herschel Guy Bean, I'm not sure if I'm saying that name correctly, even signed a multi-year contract reportedly worth millions of pounds to stream exclusively on Twitch. Then suddenly, on 26th of June, his channel closed down. Fans have been speculating on social media ever since. Has he broken the law, behaved inappropriately, or breached copyright? There's nothing on here about, like, what happened, I guess. Oh yeah, he did tweet actually, didn't he? Yeah, he said Twitch has not notified me on the specific reason behind their decision. That's weird, isn't it? You know, like you can just all of a sudden you can just be like, nope, like cancel this man. Just I feel like it's a weird. I mean, you know, with how big he was, well, with how big he still is, rather. You know, I can't imagine he's sweating. You know, I think he'll be okay. But it's just a weird thing that they can just kind of turn your lights out, you know, whenever they want. You know, that is very strange. There was rumors going around that apparently him, Ninja, and Shroud were like basically going to start like a rival to Twitch, and I think we need that. I really do. I think there does need. It's a shame Mixer went. I saw some people kind of blowing up Mixer like, oh, you saw, you know, get wrecked, and I thought, nah, like competition is good. You need competition. Like you don't want just one company. You don't want one platform being the platform. You know, then that platform gets to do whatever the hell they want, and no one can say anything about it because no one can go anywhere else. Like a monopoly is never good. So like if I was him or anyone with like the means, I think that's what I'd do. I'd either like get my own site together and like just stream from that myself, and then, you know, you could do whatever the fuck you wanted. If you had a completely private site, like, you know, that was age gated, not that you'd do anything crazy, but, you know, you could discuss anything you wanted. Like, you know, you could show things that you wouldn't be able to show normally. I think that's what I'd do. I'd just start my own platform. I forgot to mention it in the tier list, but there's another thing for the Talon's UT. The range is garbage. Like, I was pretty close to him, and that missed. Like, that was pretty surprising, honestly. I really did not expect that to miss him. Wow, did you see the active frames on that? Attack ninjas, man. See what I mean? Like any other weapon would have killed that Vanguard with an ET, like, or at least put him in like OT status. That's too many. I want my extra karma, thank you. That was... Wow. You know, sometimes you get shit like that happen, it's really annoying, like... I could kind of tell that Vanguard was just trying to armor through, like, my hits. And he went for it, like, 3 times in a row, like, basically until he got it. It's just... That is irritating. You know, I forgot one thing actually about the Talons. One plus side for their moves is their counters are really good. The X counter is insane deliming ability, and the Y counter's got a ton of damage and just a lot of iframes on it. God, that block stuff. Yeah, like sometimes they just, you can tell they really want that fucking armor string, you know? Get the fuck over here. blue? No? What a dick. You know, that's not a bad amount of health. Like, okay, we'll get some cheeky use here. I just thought, actually, what would be a good follow-up for that tier list video would be to discuss the waves, like, in depth. Like, the formats, like, the, you know, the main differences between format A and B. Did he just survive that? What a bitch. He's still in the air. Yeah, you fucker. Ooh. That was close. That was even a little bit lucky. I'll say. That was. You see what I mean? Like, you see the range or lack thereof on that UT. Like, God, it sucks. You have so got it. Right, I was gonna say, I know there's a Vanguard left, like, you ain't fooling me. Come here. Oh, man. When you get grabbed out of that, oh, you just dash. I literally dashed right through that. Like, God damn it, dude. Just get down to the wrong fucking enemy. Come here. Very unlucky with where these guys are spawning. You really just break my combo. Wow. That was a great start. Kind of fucked up by the marionettes being bitches. Stay down. Good thing about them is that they do have a nice long death animation. So, we should get killing him way more important than keeping my calm going. See, that's a good example right there, that wave, of why I was tempted to put the talons like one lower. Just because if you can get, you know, if you can get the mech Vangelf out of the way, like like you can delimb the marionettes like so fast. Talons. Dead. Honestly, like, not the best start for Genshin, but three in a row he just dodged. Ah! My God, that was... My jump just didn't come out. Like, that was wind run forward Y, and I just got running forward Y. Like, thank you. I mean, any other wave, like, I'd be dead. That looked really cool. That was not what I wanted. Come here. Being a wise guy, are we? Oh man, that would have been pretty annoying because that was a good like round one. But yeah, like I literally got this. Like I got that instead of fucking Wind Run 4. That was fucking insane. That was a bad input drop. I need blue and red here. I need blues and I need reds. There's a blue. There's a red. That makes up for the input drop. I forgive you now, NG2. We're even. We're even for now. If that move didn't just whiff, like, randomly, it would be one of the best moves in the game. This. Like, but if that didn't happen out of nowhere so often... If we're going on style points, I mean, the X counter is just absolutely insane. I mean, just how cool does that look? Like, look at it, like, oh, that Y counter is just so stylish. Like, just... Please tell me that I can absorb that green. I'm gonna say it should now. Oh, I shouldn't. To be fair, I kind of had a feeling I was gonna get like off screen by a Vanguard there. I fucking dashed. Are you kidding me? That's like two of the biggest damage I've taken because of a fucking input drop. Like, that was ridiculous. I shouldn't have. I just wanted to run X. Dude, that was fucking bullshit. You fucking wish. That's the thing too, like when you get that happen, like an input drop, like you don't get hit by like, you know, a single bullet or something. Like, you know, you get hit by like a fucking Vanguard pounce or, you know, Genshin's fucking grab. Like, you know? It's not like a small hit that you end up taking. Can you hurry up and die? Come here. That not so oh. See what I mean? Look at that range on that TV. Or lack thereof. Nope. Come on, give me a green. What a bitch. Actually, take it. Yeah, we'll get rid of it. Why? Oh, that must have killed it. Okay. been paying more attention to my karma there, because I did not know that killed that machine gun guy. There is no fucking way that did. There's just no fucking way. I dashed, man. Come on. You definitely have way less iframes on the dash than you do the roll compared to black. Come here. Ah, I shouldn't have done that, to be honest. Oh. No, don't focus on him. You know what? Oh, that was unlucky. Yeah, we're gonna have to heal. Oh. Sometimes you just know when those guys are in machine gun mode. Ah. Did not seem like that should have hit me. What time is it? Okay, I've got about half an hour. Right, man, that score's garbage though. Like, that score's actually really bad. Like, this is why I really wish the Karma Burst wasn't in Survival. I really, really wish it wasn't in the game. Like, you could get what I've got. Like, you could get 4.5 million with a really, really good round 1. Like, you could definitely get that with the Talons. Thank you. That's what I wanted. I wanted the red. Okay, I haven't got my health anymore, which is annoying. Usually, like, as long as you... I have been playing for score a little bit, but... just to try and keep my greens going. So usually, like, you like to try and get the first 2 rounds done, like, without using that first brain. That was a great shot, really. Any part of YouTube that was going to hit me, that is that. Did that just kill both mechs? And I literally just said in my tier list video that, like, the Talon's UT is not that great. Just so you people know, that doesn't happen very often. That was not... That's not even close to the move I inputted there, but okay, thanks. Thanks. It's also worth noting that I was blocking there. I was blocking, and that was... I've actually got to check the health on that. I've got to check how much damage that did. That was God Crush for what felt like about 90% of my life bar. With a move that I did not put in to do. I pressed forward Y into rotate Y, and I got YY come out. Great.